So this is Ramone.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you, man?
45.
45. Got some gnarly hair. And you're not living out here now, but you were?
Yes, I came here in 2010, and I lived what you call the homeless shelter life for about a year and a half to two. Then I transitioned to what they call tent city. So I lived in the tent cities for about, oh God, maybe 5 years of it. And then I got into what they call housing.
And so where are you living now?
Oh, right here across the street.
In the, what's it called?
The Fry Apartments.
Okay.
Yes.
And when you were homeless, what was the worst thing about being homeless?
Oh man, it's...
Because I talked to some people and everyone kind of has something different to say. Some people don't mind it as much. Some people obviously hate every second of it.
It's hard because you don't have anything, and it depending on your situation, if you can't be in shelters, you're gonna sleep on the streets like I have as well. And if you're not a hard person, sleeping on the streets is the worst. You know, I mean, yeah, or like I like to say, once your head calls the concrete floor its bed, sometimes there's no coming back from it. You know what I mean? That's it. You know, I've been there. I know what it's like. But there's the other side where you adapt to everything in life. So of course, after a while, you know, as myself, I adapted. I chose to write about it. You know,
you mentioned you wrote a book?
Wrote a book about it.
What's the book called?
I called it Seattle Hobo News, The Life of the Seattle Hobos. That was my first one. Then I wrote another one, and I just changed it to Seattle Tent City Hobo News, Lifestyle of the Tent City Hobos. And, you know, just, you know, the other side, the comical side, I wrote about it because everything has its both sides, you know? You make the best of what you got. And that's what I did myself. It was hard, you know? You live in those shelters, you get bugs that eat you alive. You know, like I said, it's not good.
Were you using?
No, I've never been a junkie or that.
I think that's the misconception. Is that
It's not, yes, the misconception. A long time ago, maybe the homeless, or what we defined as homeless, was what I would say mostly men, you know, junkies, druggies. But now it's a whole different aspect, man. Now it's families that lost everything. You got women, children involved. So it's not druggies and people all. I wasn't like that. I lost my job and became homeless, you know, and that's how it happened to me. I thought I was always gonna work till I died, or at least, you know. No, we are in times where we can mask everything, but it's only gonna get worse, you know. And a lot of people are gonna see this life more in the next 8 years than a lot are gonna get out of it, you know? And I know what I'm talking about because I'm out here. Just because I'm inside, you know, like my father said to me, you can't tell me tales, you know?
And I mean, I'm sure your family, and are you in a relationship?
No, I'm alone.
Well, I'm sure the people that are close to you are happy to see you inside, you know, under a roof.
No, yeah, I'm sure, yeah, because being inside, you know, at least it's safer, and, you know, you get the comfort, but it's still, since it's this lifestyle, it's not like being inside because you worked, you know, you had to get help like I did.
Are you working?
No, I'm disabled.
Okay.
So I live off my little disability and, you know, all that, but for those that can't, then the life is harder, like when I first got here.
So do you think being disabled made you more susceptible to being in that situation where you were homeless?
It just, I mean, it helps in the sense that because I was able to get finally a place, but no, because you're nothing, you know? That's the downside. You know, yeah, you live, you survive, but, you know, if it goes away, you're back to square one. And the more time goes by and the more we hail modern technology, the more the masses are gonna lose, you know? And that's what sadly people are not seeing, you know? Yeah.
I mean, obviously, man, there's a problem out here. I feel like more and more people, even by the week, when I come out here,
are coming to this world.
More and more people out here on the streets, just,
You know?
and I feel like I don't know if it's the nice weather or what, but I swear every week I come out here, there's
not-
more people.
Don't think because it's the weather.
Yeah.
Come in December, and and there's more of us here. We're still here. We don't go nowhere, and more people come. And you know what the saddest thing about it all is, man, and nobody mentions this, no documentary, no video, that as Americans, people in the richest country in the world, the saddest thing that we could have done is allow a single woman to be homeless on the streets. That, to me, man, is the worst thing that we, as a human, knowing that we come out of a woman, can allow. I don't care about us men, we're animals. But a woman, when I see these sad women on the streets every day, man, it breaks my heart. I had to stop talking to my mother and my sisters because it would break my heart to have them call me and say, Ramone, I'm homeless. Because when you're living in this world, pick a flower, put it in a jar of water, let it sit in your house, don't look at it. Look at it once so often. And you see how that flower never really dies, but you see the struggle. And that's what these women go through. And it's sad. Because you're looking at the flower and it's just dying, right? You know, there's...
Wise words, man.
You know...
So then when you were out here, not to like go back to that.
No, tell me.
But
Yeah.
what were your hopes? What did you
There's
think
no
about?
hope.
What did you think about? What was the first thing you thought about when you
That
woke
this
up?
was it.
Was it just an ongoing nightmare?
This is it, yeah.
This is
Make
it.
the best
This is-
of
this
what
is
you
I'm in
got.
for.
And this is it. If anything good comes or better comes, good. But
You're expecting the worst.
sadly, you know, TV tells you one thing, reality tells you another. You know, you're lucky. Knock on your wood. Pray to whatever God, if you believe in a God. And go to sleep saying, lucky me tonight. Because tomorrow, this can be your world. And it ain't so lucky out here, baby.
So then, do you think everyone, has their own destiny? Do you think these people out here are? Was it choices, or do you believe that some of these people just had a bad card? We're just
a lot in today's day is bad cards.
You think?
By far and out, I've been around. I was in the 10 cities. I know what the difference.
Because I think too, just normal people walking down the street. I don't mean to use the term normal. Business, working class people walking down the street. What they see is they just see a lot of chaos and drugs. And so then they group everyone together. Whereas through me making this, I'm exposing the other side where people are so normal. They're in this situation, sleeping on the street.
We're all together in the situation. So what looks like is a lot is a little. That's what people don't understand. Yes, there's drugs, there's junkies, but in today's world, sadly, it's the minority. more than what it is the majority. The majority of these people are like myself, that sadly we lost our jobs and there was no, modern technology takes over, people lose, people lose, people lose. And this is what happens, So it's not what people have to, or let me say, people have to understand it's not what it was maybe 30 years ago, or what you would consider a homeless in the old days,
Yeah.
As I thought when I came to the world, the homeless world. I thought, I'll be homeless, be bum.
The lifestyle, yeah.
There's nothing else,
Yeah. It's just not- Yeah. Well, I'm happy to hear you're in a better place now, at least, Because, couldn't imagine, man. Couldn't imagine. It's, people, you think when something happens to your car, or you get a ticket, or you just immediately start thinking about all the things that you could have prevented, and it's so minor in comparison to the problems that these people have.
Yeah, hell yeah. And the death, I've lost in less than 3 years over 8 people, friends of mine,
Friends out here.
Yeah, living out here on the street. And that becomes sad because you're like, wow, And the word always gets around. When somebody dies, we all find out about it somehow or another.
And is it usually drug related?
No.
No?
No. No. That's why I say to your camera, if in case it goes out to people, don't think that everybody is in that situation. And if a lot are, sadly, you have to fall into it, because think about how depressive, how sad it really is when you know that you're not going to sleep anywhere, where you have to worry about, where am I going to go to?
Survival instincts kicking in.
Yeah. Sleep on the floor, somebody on top of you, like it used to happen to me when I was asleep on the streets. Yeah. Or the women having to worry, what if these crazy men at night heard me? So, we know that change is changing, and people talk about the change. Whatever change comes, it'll be hard. But if we don't do something quick, the good people are sadly going to turn bad. And you can change bad people and turn them into good, but you can't do the opposite. Once you're good, turn bad, we're all screwed. We're all screwed.